Hey everybody, welcome back to We Be Talking. Yeah.
We be talking, what's the word? Everything you never heard. We be talking, talking.
Listen, we miss y'all. It's been a while since we recorded, and trust me, we really miss y'all. We're excited to be back recording again. All right, so at the top, that's my girl Sheikah. Say hey, Sheikah. Hey. She looking cute with her braids and everything. What's that on your finger, Sheikah? That is a big rock on your hand.
Girl, you
But anyway.
She doing it like this, girl.
know, I mean, no matter how I hold my hands, because of the size, it's for the show.
That's my girl Kim.
Hey,
Hey, Kim.
Hey.
And it's We Be Talking, and we are ready to have this conversation with you guys. Listen, we want to talk about the importance of not engaging in casual sex.
Oh, my.
What y'all think?
Wow.
Engaging in casual sex.
Okay, Tamara,
So-
why do you say, why is this important? What's important?
Well,
why?
Number one, I feel like sex is so much more than just the physical feeling. You know what I'm saying? There's so much more that goes into it. And it's a spiritual connection. When you have sex with somebody, you're connecting with that person on a spiritual and a real deep level. It's just not a good idea. Somebody, I don't remember who has said this about, you got to be careful of STDs. Of course, STDs mean sexually transmitted diseases, but in this case, we're talking about spiritually transmitted demons. And I believe a lot in that. I feel like what somebody else have, by connecting spiritually with them, they can, put that off on you. Yeah. That's why I feel like some people, when they have sex with people, they get, their attitudes change, like, they get crazy. Like, say for instance, you're with somebody, you having sex with that person or whatever, and the thought of somebody else having sex with your person makes you crazy, because it's not just a physical thing, it's a spiritual connection. So it's like a part of you is with that person, a part of them is with you. So it's like you're just spread real thin,
So half the reason you saying the reason why most people are crazy is because of the person they not just playing. The person they have sex with.
Now go ahead and
say. You telling me the penis can make you crazy?
Listen, good penis will make you go crazy if it's really, really good, and you thinking about you concur, right? You're thinking about
you're looking away then.
No, because I had to think about. Am I in my right mind? Do I have?
If you can imagine your good penis being in somebody else's vagina, how does that make you feel?
It really made me feel like I would go crazy if it
right.
It really made me feel like, no, really, on a serious note, like I can't think about that. That's why I don't understand people who had threesomes and they allowed their spouse to like the woman said, oh, for his birthday, we're gonna do it with, I'm gonna bring some extra and me watch him. I would kill her, and I would literally lose my.
So you're like, wait a minute, did you put this together? But now you're trying to kill me.
I'm temporarily insane.
Right?
Well, I think it's bad to engage in casual sex because of triggers too. A lot of times, I remember Pastor talking about it before, when you could be riding down the road and
I thought you were talking about riding on the penis. My bad. Go ahead.
About what? About who?
You said riding down the road. I thought you meant riding on the penis. No. But go ahead.
Oh my God. No.
Like, I remember that time I was riding. But
my God. Okay. Do you want to share some?
No.
I was talking about, she said, when you're riding down the road or something, a song comes on and a person pops in your head, and it takes you back to that moment. That moment could have been cheating. That moment could have been casual sex. That moment could have been anything. So that it left behind a trigger, a memory, or something like that, or trigger meaning if you've again been abused by somebody, or you had a one-night stand or something like that, and a certain thing that somebody does to you makes you feel a certain way, like I feel violated or whatever, and you could have been consensual, but because it's a random somebody, it's a one night stand, it's just casual, you can be coming up against triggers every time you intimate with somebody else, because either that wasn't good for you, it was a mistake, it was a one night stand. I think it's very dangerous to engage in casual sex. Now, it may be fun for a moment because, you know, sin has its time, or sin is pleasurable for a moment. But after, you know, after the walk of shame, after you came to, you're like, what in the world just happened? What did I do? This, and that. And you can't take it back, you know? So you'll get them triggers, or you'll get.
And also, God didn't design it that way. Sex was solely for marriage between a husband and a wife.
Yes.
Sorry, according to the scriptures.
Look,
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
No, but my thing is, like, sex was created between a man and a woman, a husband and a wife, in the purpose.
Come on.
He was gracious enough. God, thank you. To let us have pleasure during
Absolutely.
But the purpose was solely to replenish, procreate, or to, you know, reproduce, to have more children. That's why I ain't gonna go there, but that's why certain relationships. That's why certain relationships don't supposed to be. You can't reproduce in those relationships. You can't procreate. There's no bearing of fruit in that. It's dead.
You just said it.
So with that being said, but my whole thing is I say this to say sex. It was the purpose was between a husband and a wife for that reason, to reproduce.
Yeah.
God is intentional. He don't just give us, you know, sex to just give it to us. He's intentional. Right. It's a purpose behind everything he do is purposeful.
Yes.
So with that being said, why are we just having casual sex? Like, and this goes deeper than us just talking about y'all. No, don't be having casual sex, because now you've created an appetite, right? You've created an appetite for that, and that's all you want to do. Or your body remembers. The body has a memory like no other. You can listen to a song from way back in the day and remember what you was doing.
Yes.
And the body will go to that, like, honestly, you be like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't need to be thinking about that. You like a song could come on, or you could, what about this? A scent, a fragrance. Like,
absolutely.
That smell just like, oh boy, used to wear that all the time. Or that smell like when I was at the fair. But since we're talking about sex, I'm just saying, like, you smell those scents, you'll be like, ooh.
Even we
was at the fair,
and your body remembers.
Yes. If you're not smoking, if you stop smoking, whatever, cigarette, weed, whatever. I'm just saying, no, I'm serious.
Let me say
stuff too.
Those who do not know, this walk as a believer is a continual, constant renewing of the mind.
Yes,
and it's
every day.
It's a constant denying of yourself. Like, we choose to live this life. Even after confessing Christ, we choose to live a life set apart, because, baby, let me tell you why. Like I said, the body got a memory, and when I smell weed, sometimes I be like, "Holy Lord, Jesus!" I remember, because I used to smoke weed.
Come on back.
You know, and all y'all. No, I ain't going back. And all y'all people, you know, they got there to say, "Well, you know, God still love me."
Wait. Did you just have to talk to yourself?
Yeah, I ain't going back.
That's what we have to do, though. That's what we have to do.
Because weed is becoming legal, and you know, they probably gonna be.
You can get a prescription.
Yeah, absolutely. But you did a prime example of what you're supposed to do. When it comes up, you like, oh, I ain't going back.
You have to talk to yourself. You have to tell yourself.
I caught it.
Because honestly, once you experience the love of Christ, it's so much better than all that other.
There's nothing like
you use those things to try to feel or replace. You replace, you know, his relationship where you're supposed to be being fulfilled with, you know, his relationship. You use sleeping around, having casual sex. I'm sorry.
Drugs, alcohol, etc. And another thing too, I was watching this show on Netflix. There's a good lesson. It tells you exactly what not to do. Okay.
It does, but,
so the lady, she's married to a very good-looking, successful man.
It's called Sex Life.
Yeah, she's married to. He's very good-looking, very successful, etc. He loves her. You know what I'm saying? He's taking care of business, holding down the house, and whatever. But the only thing she could think of is her past when with her ex, right? Now she had like the crazy sex, the best sex or whatever with her ex.
Her husband don't have.
And that's it. You know what? Size does matter. Let me tell you why size matter with this lady right here. Her ex has a significantly larger penis than her husband.
You got people in the inbox. What show they saying now?
But honestly, for me, where I am in my life, I'm just like, I didn't really like it because, okay, it's stupid. First off, she's like, she need her mind need to be renewed. Bottom line, she need to have an experience with Jesus Christ. That's the bottom line.
Well, what she do?
She was reliving all of their sexual. It wasn't about their relationship.
Yeah,
she pretty much relived every sexual thing they did. When I tell you he did some stuff, he did some stuff. And like,
but listen, she was just daydreaming all the time. She was breastfeeding the baby and was off in La La Land thinking about her.
He's sucking her breast and it's the baby sucking. That was.
It's something wrong with this girl right here.
Yeah.
You know. But that's why it's important because what she's going through, she has that soul tie with that guy.
Yeah.
And it's not easy for you to just say, well, my husband is here. He's good looking. He's providing for us, and he's this and that. He loves me. I love him. That wasn't enough. That wasn't enough to beat out that soul tie that they had created together. So.
But that was the enemy. That's what he.
It was.
He does that, and that's why you go from man to man or woman to woman or whatever. Because what he does is he magnifies. Have y'all ever had something in y'all mind like, oh, it's gonna be like this? We're talking about sex. No, we all done it. Like, oh, okay, when I get it, we're gonna do this and it's gonna feel like this, and I'm gonna get on top. I'm gonna do, and then you get in. I'm sorry. Then you get in the act, and it don't go or feel or it ain't working the way you did all this in your mind. It didn't live up to the hype that you like, because what the enemy does, he magnifies things. Right?
Yes.
He makes
it look like extra shiny, make it look extra good and extra.
She tricked, unless her husband is just extremely smart, and that's something again, she gonna have to go straight to Jesus because he's in the miracle working business. I believe he can grow the penis. If people eyes and ears and he can grow the penis.
Girl, rub some oil on.
Put some oil on it. How you rub oil on it when you pray for it?
You will not get me to demonstrate.
Jamel did.
Well, so
yeah.
Go ahead, Kim.
I will not.
Pray on that thing. Because to be honest, listen.
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer in it.
Because if Abraham could get Sarah pregnant, I don't want to get pregnant, but that means that if he can get up at the age of 80-something years old, guess what?
Yeah.
It tells me that there's nothing too hard for God.
Look,
all things are possible. All things, not some things. All things are possible.
Get up.
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear none of that Daniel 80 years old talking about he can't do it. No. Crank that. Get it on up. Blow on.
I just don't. Me personally, I think it's dangerous to, like you said, jump from one relationship to another when you don't have the closure you need from the previous one. You're gonna go through stuff like this. Everything you're gonna compare that person to the last.
Yes.
Or either you're gonna compare this one to somebody. It could be better. It could be. It's a constant battle. When you don't have closure, when you don't have time to heal, when you don't have time to, figure out what the relationship was really about, because it was just based on sex, you were wrong in the first place.
Exactly.
So now your husband, the one you're probably supposed to be with, is up an uphill battle, because now I got to fight you and all your 16, 17
all these demons.
before
All
I
these
could really,
STDs.
yeah,
And
it's
then whoever that person you sleeping with, you ain't thought
Mhm.
about who they sleeping with, especially
right,
if y'all haven't, if it's not monogamous, like
right,
okay, so
right.
who he's sleeping with, then he's sleeping with her, and then the person that it just goes on.
It's on
It's
and
too
on.
much.
And so all these people who sleep with all these people, you just took on all of that. Now you
Yeah.
got Kim issues because he sleep with Kim, and
Oh
then
my.
he sleep with Romonica, but now
Mhm.
Romonica sleep with Andrew, and
Mhm.
you get what I'm saying, and then Kim still messing around with her husband because
My
she ain't
Lord.
let him go, but you
My Lord.
decide. And so now you got Kim husband who cheating on her. That's why Kim cheating on her husband, because you know what I'm saying? And he cheating on her with 3 other girls, and one of them mentally ill. And so you're wondering why you depressed.
All that. That's too much baggage. That's
is.
baggage
It
right there.
absolutely
Just
is.
That's why you
that's just a lot of
Oh,
baggage.
husband.
Yeah.
Do you
I
ever
mean,
think
like-
about why he say why it's so important for us to be virgins when we
Oh,
marry
Yeah.
our
I know
spouse?
It's
I
obvious.
actually
It's
said that.
obvious why we need to be, why we should have just
Been
not.
virgin. Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
because then we
Go
could
ahead.
we wouldn't even have to have the conversation of does size matter? Because size
Right.
would not matter because you
Right.
have no comparison.
Absolutely.
None of that stuff. If he's
I
the
mean-
only one that's been there, that's all that you need, and that is it.
Yeah.
But when you have these other comparisons, of course size is going to matter because the one before that had a gigantic, humongous penis. And then the one that you're in love with and married and all that stuff and doing family with and all that, he got, whatever. So now it's like, I love my husband, but man, I can't stop thinking about my ex. You know what I'm saying?
Or you don't want to have, because like everybody have different personalities, right? So your personality come out when you're having sex. Whether you control or whether you lay back or you're slow, you're romantic, whatever the case may be. So you have different people who have got different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
And this person may not move or do it the way that person, and now you got that problem to commit.
Right.
All the comparison.
You don't want that. You don't want that in your life.
Well, you know what? But since
y'all heard what Kim said.
since we're all at that stage,
wait, let Kim.
Ain't none of us virgins.
No, she could not.
No, Tamara, let Kim say what she gonna say. Say, Kim.
What you say, Kim?
Remember Ricky Smiley was saying, the lady was saying, these are all the pills right here to get me in the Christmas spirit. These right here get me out the Christmas. Just take them away, Lord.
Yes, just take all that.
So now you stuck in this rut and you can't get out of it because you done had too much. Even one is too many. Not to say you got to be a whole or you got to be sleeping with 12, 13, one other person.
But listen, there is hope. Mm-hmm. There is hope. Listen, if you are a person that used to sleep around or you've had, different partners or whatever the case may be, let me tell you something, honey. Jesus Christ will make you brand spanking new. You'll be a chaste virgin, okay? Celibacy is, my thing or whatever. Y'all know that. And I'm still on the celibacy train.
Amen.
Okay. And it's easier some days than others. But let me tell you something. Jesus Christ can make you brand new. If you know Christ, your past did not dictate your future or your present. You know what I'm saying? You just move on with, the forgiveness that God has given you, accept it and move on and live a life from right then on. He wipes the slate clean.
Question for those that are watching and they may be sleeping around and they have a desire, because some people want to do good, but evil is always present. They don't know how to walk it out. But being that you walked this out for a couple of years now, this celibacy, it's been years, this celibacy lifestyle you're living, can you give some pointers on, because girlfriend, the Lord know who need to be married. But I say this, I believe that he'll keep whatever you commit to him. If you commit that side of your life to him, then he'll help you. He'll remind you
each day.
Don't answer that phone. No,
each and every day.
Don't give him that number. No, you
Absolutely.
cannot go over that. If you're trying to live a celibate life, you can't be giving out your number to these sexy or nice looking or whoever you consider attractive. You can't do that. Even if you don't consider him attractive, he just smells good, he dressed good.
Right.
I mean, anything at this point, when you celibate, anybody will start to look good after a while.
Right.
Listen,
You can't be doing that. You have to do certain things intentional, not to go down that road. So anyway, with that being said, Tamara, can you give us some pointers of, how you
my suggestion is, if you're someone that that you want to live a life that's pleasing in God's sight or whatever, and you find it hard to give up some things, it's a daily walk. You can't say, because one day you're good and the next day you have to die daily. That's what the word said. You have to die to yourself each and every day. You have to surrender yourself to God each and every day. You have to actually make up in your mind. You have to make a conscious decision that this is what I'm going to do and be intentional about it. It's not just saying it with your mouth, because sometimes you could just say something with your mouth, but your body or whatever want to do something else. But you have to intentionally say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. And you have to ask the Lord to help you. You can't do it by yourself. You do it by yourself, you will fail. You will be failing epically every time. You have to ask the Lord each and every day. He knows exactly where you're at.
Right.
Allow him to come in and meet you where you're at and lead you along. You got to follow him each step of the way. If you don't follow him, you're going to fail. And that's it. You got to follow the Lord. But if you do fail, just know that pick yourself up, accept his forgiveness, and start over again. That's the great thing.
Too. That's a big thing people don't know how to do.
Yes. You have to forgive yourself, because God has already forgiven you. So you have to forgive yourself and move on. You know what I'm saying? And don't let your past dictate your future, but just move on and live your life, allowing God to lead you. That's what I do each and every day, because if it wasn't for God, trust me, this wouldn't work for me. Because I feel like before the whole celibacy thing, I felt like my sexual appetite was up there. I needed sex in my life, but I can say going on 4 years now, I've been sex free. So if I could do it, you could do it too. So
you sound like my sister. She's been celibate for some years too. I think she's been might have been 8, 9 years maybe now.
Now see, I'm not trying to go that long.
No. And hear me now. She'll tell you she ain't trying to go that long either, but because she's holding out for specific reasons, like she wanted done right this way, because we made so many mistakes in the past. But when I look at her, when I'm around her, being a married woman, I'm always like trying to hook her up, not with just any old thing, but she's my sister, I want her in a relationship because I know that's her desire.
And you know what it's like to get the penis on the regular.
Oh Lord. On the regular. Right? Nah, okay, so but she I see her and somebody could be checking her out. When I say I'm like, why you gotta be so rude? But it's not her being rude, it's her knowing,
it's her protecting herself.
Handle something that's fine as this tall drink of water. Don't talk to me crazy because I'm celibate and I haven't stepped in those waters, So I see her. I'm like, well, I mean, it was innocent. He was just saying hello, So I just admire you guys, willpower, your choices. Because I don't know. I know, like she said, you can be kept if you want to be kept. But like when you in that situation, do you want to be kept? I'm talking like me, I don't know. I really don't know what I would do.
I say that too. And that's us speaking from our position of, and not, a position of like, whenever we want it, it's there. We gotta be like, versus a person who, or, even when we don't want it, you're like, okay. But I'm just saying, like, a person who's in your predicament, like, you go good when you don't want it, but then what about them days you get that in?
That's why I said, like, it's a daily walk. It's a daily, I don't want to say a struggle, because it's not like a struggle every day. Like, oh my gosh, here come another day of celibacy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's not. It's not like that. You know, you have those days, but I think the longer, or you know, the longer you commit yourself to God or whatever, I think it gets easier. It gets easier and easier for you, and it's easier for you to walk away from temptation.
When somebody repop that cherry, it's gonna be beautiful.
Let me tell you something. Anyways, let's move on from that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and tell them. Go on and tell them what your plan is when you get out the plan. Don't tell you.
Listen, y'all already know.
I was about to say somebody's name, and I was just gonna say what she said she was gonna do when you know her time came. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna put it out there.
Whose name?
I'll tell y'all later. I'm just saying she was excited about getting to that place. I've been waiting this long. I can't wait until I get married and blah 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 blah. You know, I think of her a lot because she say how her wedding night is gonna be. You know, and how she, you know, she don't need no reception, none of that, because she'll be gone. I'll tell you.
Won't want no reception. Gotta go. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we're not gonna.
Because I heard her say a time too.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta do that. Matter of fact, y'all can celebrate, but me and him, we're gonna leave. I'm like, well, if it's that bad, then y'all go in the back room. Let's set up an area so y'all can get it in, and then y'all take a bath and come
Look,
out.
as soon as the pastor say, you may kiss your bride. You're like, oh, excuse us. Hold on.
We'll meet y'all
at the reception.
See, you should have a little bit more self-control than that. You can keep yourself.
I'd be so nervous. Yeah, I'd be really nervous.
You can wait until the honeymoon. Y'all can wait for that night.
Mary,
nervous.
For what? I'm not gonna be nervous.
It's somebody new. It ain't like it's somebody you know intimately. You know, it's new.
I mean, but you've been intimate. You've been intimacy is more than just sex.
Absolutely, I get it. But it's gonna be new. It's new,
girl, and that's why you excited. Because I'm like,
I think I'll be anxious.
Girl,
maybe anxious. For me, not nervous.
Yeah, anxious.
Yeah.
Sit down, lay down. Go ahead. Let's get up.
No, I wouldn't say it ain't going down like that. I'm saying it might be anxious. It may be anxious, you know.
Anxiety. And then what if it's not what you think it's gonna be? You feel like I done waited all this doggone time.
I'm a firm believer. If you're doing it for the right reason, you're doing it for the Lord, I believe He will honor that. I absolutely believe He would.
But honestly, if you commit, like I said, if you're committing that to Him, I don't think He's unfaithful.
Right.
I don't think He's unjust not to see your labor. Right, of you committing, that's scripture, of you committing that part to Him. I'm pretty sure He's gonna hook you up, and when He hook you up, because He created it.
You are, listen,
we're gonna be praying anyway. That we don't have to pull you off nobody's ledge because it wasn't right.
That's fair. Come back.
Come on now. Okay. Prayer can change things.
Well, anyway, so y'all, listen, we really enjoyed this conversation. We really got to do this more often. We are so sorry that it took us a month to get back to you. But as you know, we're so busy. Kim is like doing her thing with her business. She's doing her pop-up shops. She's making her masks. Check her out. Royal Hair. Check her out on Instagram, on Facebook. Yes,
thank you guys.
She's making, different things.
They got some scents. Her husband, they got some little scents. Y'all go. Yes. Some good scents. And she probably can custom you any type of soap or butter.
Yes,
so you like my.
And also, our resident esthetician.
Come on now,
starting up her thing again.
Girl,
doing her business. She's a licensed esthetician. Okay, let's not get it twisted.
Master.
Sorry. She is
master. It makes a difference. It does.
But real quick, let me say
master
this. If y'all in the El Paso area,
come on, shout them out.
It's been rough trying to start up, but we doing good.
Yes,
but with
she's
that,
gonna be doing her thing. So
we've been busy starting up.
Yeah,
it's amazing starting up. That's what we're speaking.
We're closing.
Well, that's why you haven't seen us, guys, because we're
Tamara. Welcome back.
Thank you. And I've been traveling. I'm no longer in Japan. We're actually on the same.
Talking.